This week's Torah portion, Parshat Ki Teitzei, contains dozens of mitzvot, and the second one raises something of a complex issue. It presents the case of a man who has two wives and who prefers one wife over the other. But it is the son of the less preferred wife, if you will, who is the firstborn. And the Torah, in laying out the inheritance rules, states that the double portion that goes to the firstborn son must go to the son who is actually firstborn, regardless of the father's feelings about the mother. Now this, on the face of it, seems like a reasonable and quite fair mitzvah. The problem is, if we think about the overall Torah narrative, and if we consider this passage in context, we remember the story of Jacob, who had two wives. One, Leah, and the other, Rachel, who he preferred over Leah. And yet the firstborn son, Reuben, was Leah's son. But Jacob provides both the preferential treatment and eventually the double portion to Joseph, the son of Rachel, his preferred wife. How are we supposed to make sense of the tension between the law as it's presented in Parshat Ki Teitzei and Jacob's actions in the book of Genesis? What I'd like to suggest is, if we consider the place of this parsha, you have the Israelites coming off of 40 years in the wilderness. They're about to enter the land of Israel. They're about to set up a society in the promised land. They want that society to be based on fairness and equity, where there's a single law that governs all people and everyone is treated equally in the eyes of the law. They also understand that their ancestor did not always act in this way. And so the law now comes as a corrective on what had been the pattern of behavior, and hopefully to mitigate all of the consequences that we see Jacob and his family suffer in that story. As we approach the season of repentance, we would all do well to take the Torah's lesson to heart and to think about the ways in which each of us can take a new step to correct our past actions and to hopefully take some accountability for the way that we've lived and to move forward in a way that's going to put us on a good footing for the new year. Shabbat Shalom.